Parts of the earth becoming uninhabitable, mass extinctions, outbreaks of disease, millions going hungry. Those just some of the dire predictions from this week's report by the UN's Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change. And many scientists on that panel say it didn't go far enough, claiming some governments pressured them to tone down the report. Politics, it seems, can get in the way of science, and the opposite appears to be true as well, as our own Dan Springer discovered.
The research was alarming. The Cascade Mountain snowpack was down 50% since 1950. Critical to agriculture, fish, and drinking water supplies, those results were trumpeted by scientists and politicians as proof of human-caused global warming. But the numbers were off, way off. The years chosen for comparison had been cherry-picked. 1950, a near-record year for snow. 1995, a near-record lack of it. But when Mark Albright published a paper called The Myth of the Vanishing Cascade Mountain Snowpack, showing it had actually increased over the last 30 years, he lost his job as the associate climatologist of Washington State.
I think the fear is that if we show cracks, if we show some of the weaknesses in the arguments, that somehow will empower the opposition, the side that does not believe in global warming. And I think that's wrong.
State climatologist Philip Mote, who stripped Albright of his title, admits the 50% figure was wrong, but denies trying to silence dissent. He claims he canned his longtime assistant because Albright wouldn't agree to let Mote approve future research before publication.
I think it was irresponsible, and I heard from several other people, too, who had been watching this, said, you know, he's starting to sound more like a politician in the way he's choosing words.
Politics, argue critics of global warming science, is exactly what this is about, not impartial research.
Society loses massively when this happens to science because diversity and challenge are the keys to scientific progress.
Climate science today you have to take with a grain of salt. The fact is that researchers are being paid to produce science that promotes the alarmism.
The politics of global warming are also playing out in Oregon, where Governor Ted Kulongoski fired his state climatologist, who questioned some of the more dire predictions of the global warming crowd. This apparent stifling of honest debate has some researchers concerned that it may be nearly impossible for non-scientists to get a clear picture on what, if anything, is really going on. In Seattle, Dan Springer, Fox News. Well, lobster lovers are shelling out more clams for the